It's Christmas time, and I want to do something special for Christmas here and very, very festive. This will be a fantastic centerpiece, either for your Christmas party or for Christmas Day. So what we're going to do, I'm going to show you a few items that you need to start with. First of all, you need a wood board. This needs to be a 1/2 inch to 3/4 of an inch thick. That way we can actually put screws into it and they won't come out the back. If it's too thin, they'll just pop right out. This is a 1/2 inch flange that you get at in the plumbing department, and I've just screwed this in with 4 screws there. We are also going to need some galvanized pipe. This one is, how long is this one? 18 inches. And then this one is, I believe this is, yep, 6 inches long. And then you need this little adapter bit that is going to put these two together to make this even a little bit taller. None of these items are FDA approved, food safe, so we are going to be wrapping some of this in foil to protect our cake, because we don't want our cake right up against these, okay? That's very important to protect your cake. The other thing we need is this, which is PVC pipe, and this is 3/4 inch, so that we can take some of this pipe and actually slip it over here, the pipe, the metal pipe, I should say. There is a little bit of gap here, and that will allow for us to actually wrap this in some foil, and if we want to, we can even wrap this in foil. Okay, then we also need some Masonite boards. We are going to need a round one and a square one, and as we go on, I will tell you about those, the sizes that we need. And of course, I've got my aluminum foil. I do prefer the thinner foil, so it can actually wrap around the pipe and really keep it tight in there. So the first thing I want to do is actually cover this cake board with some fondant. So I'm going to be using some green fondant here. In order to get the fondant to stick to this board, I'm just going to be using some shortening. And I'm just going to take the brush like this and just place shortening all over the top. And I don't have to worry about the sides because I'm going to be putting ribbon on. But I usually put the ribbon on after the fondant's on there so I don't mess it up. It's a lot easier to do the ribbon afterwards, and we'll just be using a hot glue gun to attach that. Okay, yummy, look at that, delicious. Now since this has wood on it and stuff, I would not use this shortening for, the top part for anything else. You should really put a small amount in a container that you only use for wood boards. And same with this brush, because it's definitely going to have some, wood fibers and things on there. So let me get that out of the way. And we are going to start to knead this up. Okay, so when you first get your fondant out, you're just going to pull some of it off and start kneading. I like to cut the fondant with this lettuce knife because it doesn't quite stick the same as it does to a regular knife, so it just slides right off. And put this out of the way, and then you're just going to knead it up like this until it's nice and smooth. Okay, so I've just put some cornstarch down there, and I'm just going to start to roll this out. Make sure it doesn't stick to the counter. And I'm going to be doing a quilted look on this. I'm actually going to quilt it once I put it on the board, just so it doesn't stretch on me. Okay, so once I have that rolled out like that, I want to just flop this over here, bring the board over, place that on top. Right here, just need to stretch that out a little bit. And you can even take your rolling pin and very lightly come from the center out. Okay, there we go. All right, now I'm going to take a spatula, which is actually a palette knife, and I'm going to cut right around here, which is where the flange is, and just remove that, because the idea is that I want this fondant to basically fit right up against that flange, so that when I have a cake on here that's on a cake board, it'll sit flat. Do you love it when you start to smooth things out and then, like, my ring just hit that and so I messed it up? Just love that. All right, and now I'm actually going to wait to trim the side until I do the texture, which is this mat right here. And I'm going to place it over the top like this. And I just center it. Okay. And then very lightly, I'm going to hold on to it here, and I'm going to roll to get the quilted look.